Yeah.
But the guys are in a separate URL, so you don't need to answer these questions because this is another URL. So we lost those guys.
Okay. Can I see the new channel? Oh, we don't do something. Okay. Sorry guys for the interruption. We had some issues with the internet in the entire Belgium, so we truly apologize for this. But I'm back, and you can still ask me your questions until that I got some question on chatter. I will start with another presentation. Let's see how to use the CRM, for example. As you can see here in the sales module, you have the possibility to go directly to My Pipeline. My Pipeline is where your CRM is actually presented. And when I click on this, you access directly to your opportunities. So there is already a filter already installed on the search bar, which is My Opportunities. But if you erase this filter, you can see all the opportunities that has been recorded in the CRM for all the users. What we can see now, we can, for example, create a new opportunity. Let's say big sales of the year. You can already choose, when you create your opportunity, you can already choose an existing client or let it empty, and we will later fill some information in the opportunity form. So here, give a title, customer of the existing databases if if you want, or let it empty if you wish to add the info just after in the opportunity form. So we can also have the expected revenue, let's say 1 million. Okay, and you can rate the importance of this opportunity, or the rate could be also the emergency to conclude this deal. So I'm creating my opportunity. Okay, it should be. Maybe it's in the lead. No. Okay, let me do that again. Okay, I don't know, on this database it seems to not working. Let me take another one. So big deal of the year. Okay, so your opportunity appears here in the new stage. So you can configure your CRM with different stages, and you can choose, you can name it as you want. You can set the order as you want also. And the goal of the stages is to determine, just where are we in the process to conclude this deal. So basically here there is already default stages, which is new, qualified, proposition 1. For example, I just created the new opportunity, big deal of the year, and it appears in the new column. I can, when I'm on the form of the opportunity, I can edit this opportunity to just add more info about the opportunity. That's really useful when, for example, you are on the phone and you have a potential a lead which is going to be an opportunity. You don't need to enter all the info directly because you don't have the time, you are on the phone. So a quick way to add your opportunity is just create, give a title, and you can go back later when you will have the time and you are not on the rush, just to fill the form, the opportunity form. So what can we find on this opportunity form is an expected revenue, the probability of this revenue at this stage. So we can configure that, give a specific opportunity for each stages, and each time that we move the opportunity to a new stage, the probability will be raised because it's closer to the sale. You can find here some info about the customer. Again, is existing customer. If you don't want to create a customer in the database, or because it's just a lead at the moment, you are just an opportunity. You are not sure that it will be concretized in a sale, and so you are not sure that the person is going to be a client, and you don't want to pollute your database with non-client contact. You can, for those reasons, you can add in the tab contact form some info about your contact. So here, for example, let's say customer name is Alex. Address, yeah, let's say street art, and so on. So you can fill here some info about the customer. For example, here I had Alex, but if it was not a person but a company, so you can maybe set, for example, Dell, and my contact in Dell will be Alex. IT manager, and so on. You can also refer from which marketing campaign, media, and so on the opportunity is coming from. It can be automatically with the mass mailing, but also manually when you create an opportunity from scratch. So let's keep going with that. Yeah, and maybe another thing important is the expected closing date. So I wish to close this deal next week. Yeah, as it is a big deal of the year, I could steer it as a 3 stars. So now I'm coming back to my pipeline. I have some info on this opportunity. For example, I contact the client, and the guy seems to be interested by my offer. So he wants to meet me just to discuss and have more detailed information about our product. I can move my opportunity simply by a drag and drop to the stage qualified. So now you can see that the opportunity is not anymore a new one, but a qualified one. The probability has been increased also by 20%, and I can now, for example, use the chatter to make other possibility, such as log a note for me or for the other users of Odoo, for my colleagues, for example. I can reach the client directly by a new message, and I can schedule an activity that I have to do for a specific date. So meeting, let's say Monday. Meet client at his office. Okay, it's scheduled. And when I will have to do the meeting, I will be able to take this check, and my meeting will be done. So yeah, I've done the meeting. My opportunity seems to be really interested and wants to get a proposition, so I can move it to the proposition. Of course, I can send him a quotation to the client, and he will be glad to see my offer. For example, he got some more detailed proposition with I don't know, numbers and more service SLA agreement on our services. So he's agree. I win the opportunity. So great, I can put it in one, and now that my opportunity is a client, I can create a new quotation directly from the opportunity, and I can also create my opportunity. I can transform my opportunity into a client. So here, if I'm clicking on the customer, I can click on create and edit, and it will take the info that I filled here in the contact info tab to create my customer. So yes, as you can see here, there is Dell and job position IT manager. Okay, it's not taking into account the contact, but maybe here, okay, company, but the client itself is well configured in the customer module. So I save it, and I can do a new quotation directly to Dell. Yes, I just restart new quotation, and I can go through the standard process, which is making a proper quotation for what we agreed. Graphic card. Okay, perfect. I can send by mail the quotation. So let's take this. You will see. Yeah, I have to refer the mail address. So mail@mail.com. And as you can see, you have a pre-filled template where your client can access online to his quotation and see the quotation, but he can also download the file, the PDF file of the quotation. You can also print this quotation, the PDF, directly here from the button print, and as you can see, there is a template here with the quotation and the info of the quotation. So I send it by mail. Suppose that the client wants to modify some terms, some quantities, some products on the quotation. You still have the possibility, as explained previously in the beginning of this live, you can still make some change on the quotation by choosing products, quantities that you want. As it's still a quotation, you can make the change. Once the quotation is confirmed as a sell order, you cannot do anything else on it. We saw how to handle if we wanted to, for example, we choose by mistake the wrong product. We saw previously how to handle those cases. But normally you are not supposed to change anything when you have confirmed the quotation into a sell order. So now that we have confirmed the quotation, we have the possibility to create an invoice or make the delivery. Those options can be configured. I mean, you can create the invoice once the delivery has been done, or you can create directly the invoice before, directly when the quotation is confirmed into a sell order. You can create the invoice, or you can do that once the delivery has been done. So in this case, we can, as you can see, directly create the invoice because the button here is it appears, and we can create the invoice. Yeah, something that I didn't mention is you have several buttons here, and you can see that once a button is highlighted by the green light, it suggests you the logical next step. So here I didn't save it, so my logical next step was to save it. It suggests me also to add to edit it. Create invoice, that's something that is suggested. And as you can see, another tips is also the path that you have followed until now. So I started from my pipeline. From then I went to my opportunity big deal of the year, and I'm on the sale order 29. So it gives you the path that you did, and you can quickly go back to the previous your previous step. I go back to I went back to my opportunities, and as you can see, you have one order here linked to this opportunity, so I can reach it quite easily. Let's finalize these steps. We can make the delivery. I can, as the product was in stock, status is directly available, so I only have to validate the delivery order to confirm the delivery. He suggests me, yes, as I didn't put the down quantities here, and I let those quantities to equal to 0. It suggests me that if I press apply now, I press the apply button, it will transfer all the quantities. So the delivery will be fully down, but if I want it, I can make partial delivery. But in this case, it's not necessary because we only have one quantity, but if I had maybe 10 quantities, I could deliver only 5 if I wanted. So that's just a warning to you. Okay, let's apply. Now I have delivered all my products. We can have the up-down traceability report. As you can see, you can follow the path of my product. It went from my stock. It was entered in the stock by an inventory adjustment in the shelf 2. Then it went to the stock and to the customer location. I can also see the delivery sequence of my delivery order here. I can access to it. So it gives you basically the info about the traceability of your product. It's really useful when, for example, you rent some products with serial numbers. It allows you to track your product and to know exactly where is it and what was the path of this product. So we have delivered the product. It missed one last step, which is create the invoice. So I can invoice I have several possibilities. Invoice all my lines with deducting down payment, or invoice all the lines. I will, I can explain just right now what is the down payment. Down payment is a prepayment, so you make a first invoice for a partial payment. You ask for a partial payment, and if I'm doing that, I can choose a percentage of the sale order. It will create an invoice, first invoice of 10% of my amount, and let's do the example. Okay, right. As you can see, I'm on the invoice, which corresponds to my down payment. I validate. Okay, my invoice is open, and I can. That's my down payment, and I can see on the sale order as a product down payment has been added on the sale order lines, deducting what has already been invoiced. So when I will do my entire invoice, it will deduct the down payment. So for example, now I will create my invoice. I'm able to choose the invoice line deducting down payment, and it will create an invoice, as you can see, which has deduct the down payment. So now, yeah, still in draft, so I can modify anything on this invoice. But once it's confirmed, validate, and status is in open, you cannot change anything on the invoice. So yes, we have seen basically the flow from starting from an opportunity and transforming this opportunity into a quotation and a sale, and then we have invoiced this sale order, and also we have delivered the product directly to the client. So yeah, I will stop with this flow now. I will have a check on the chatter. Let's see your questions. Okay, so Ayla has a question. She said, I have two warehouses, for example, A and B. In both warehouses, I have the raw materials to manufacture a product C. If suppose the MO is created in which warehouse the raw material is currently available, should get fetched. How to do this in Odoo 10? It's possible to have multiple warehouses. Multiple warehouses, our same manufacturing product. I have a work center and two storage. So, what are you talking about, Ayla? Is to manufacture a product C with raw materials coming from different warehouses. Yes, you can do that, but you have to configure some routes. The first one will be to apply a route taking the products from, for example, you manufacture in warehouse. You have to configure two routes taking the products in, for example, raw materials A from warehouse A and raw materials B from warehouse B. So you have to configure that and to apply it on the product instead of the buy route. So okay, let's have a quick look at. Let's have a quick overview of this process. I won't enter really into detail because it requires to make some configuration that takes time. But I will just quickly show you where you can configure those possibilities. So in the inventory. Okay, it's quite slow. First, let's check the manufacturing, because you will have to make first your bill of material for product C. So here is the first step. You will have to choose for the final product your product C, put product A, product B here in the component. Okay, that's the first operation. Then what we will do is checking the route. Okay, I have to set on my warehouse. Okay, first I have to make some configuration. Okay, several warehouse. Advanced routing. Okay. Okay, let's go. So you will have the route here, manufacturer. which has to be changed. Either you just change your existing route manufacturer, either you create a new one. You can create a new one and base it directly from the exist. Yeah, you can. Sorry, you can take examples from the existing one. So you have the possibility to use. I'm on the route. I can choose where I want to apply this route. So I will apply it on my product, and I will change the procurement rules. As you can see, the procurement location is on WH stock. I don't have any location source, but I can choose one of them, which could be, let's say, location A or warehouse A. Here you can choose the warehouse. So that's the route. You can configure that here, but you have also to configure picking type, which take basically the information from your warehouse. So you are going to look into one of your two warehouses. Then you will have to choose the source location and the destination location of your warehouse. So location A going to transit location, for example. Then from this transit location, you will have to configure another route which directly push your product from transit to your warehouse, your second warehouse, where you manufacture the product. So as you can hear, it's quite complicated, but you can handle that. Of course, it requires to configure routes and picking type. But yes, of course, you can. So I advise you to maybe work with a transit location, just to automate the transfer between your warehouse B to C to A, just to manufacture the product. And yeah, that's a possibility. But sorry, I don't have time now to enter really into detail to explain all the process. Okay. Brevity, it's the same. It's the same configuration of as I just explained. So what do we have? How to transfer the product to the work order location automatically. Is it possible to generate manufacturing order from POS? That's a good question about the point of sale. That's a good question. Honestly, I'm not sure about the possibility to generate a manufacturing order from the POS. We can test it and let's see. But honestly, I don't know. So I will check in the same time. So yes, let's take a product for example. Yep. Okay, it's a stackable product. Manufacture, make to order. Okay, now we can create the component and the bill of material. Let's create the bill of material for product test. Let's add the new product component A. Create an edit. Yes, that's good. Component B. I'm just making a route, but that's not really necessary. For example, I will just keep one, and we'll just take an existing one. So the route is saying the path of your product in your manufacturing process. So which determines which operation will be applied, the order of the operation. So if you want, you can have more precise and specific operation. You can detail all of this in the manufacturing module with the route and operation. Just for the example, I would keep it simple. So, okay, I have now my bill of material. Let's say if I'm selling the product test, as I don't have any stock of this product, I want to see if it will generate a manufacturing order. So the question, for those who are just joining us, the question from Nias is it possible to generate manufacturing order from the POS? So we are checking right now. I'm configure a final product and its component linked by bill of material. Then now I'm just trying on the POS to make the sale of this product, and we will see the result in Odoo if a manufacturing order has been created. Okay, so let's say let's take test. Okay, I validate. Okay, sorry. And 1.50 validate. Okay, I have sell my product. Okay, work on us. Okay, it seems that it wasn't taken into account. Okay, why? Just looking again on my configuration of my product test. Stackable product, yeah. So manufacture and make to order. My bill of materials, right? Okay. It's something I don't know why my manufacturing order has not been created. Let's check the component. Okay, maybe I forgot that. Even though it should have been more. Okay, so let's do it a new test. If it won't a success, I suggest you to send, of course, a mail to odoo.com/help just to ask the question to our support. First of all, let's see if in the standard way, when we are making a sale, the manufacturing order is applied. Okay, test. Okay, so it's waiting for availability. Let's see if the manufacturing order has been created. Okay, so it's working. Let's see now with the POS. Or maybe I should close the session and restart. Okay, let's take test product. Yeah, that's just for... No, I don't want to do that. Okay, just unfire the product, stop that. Cache 115, validate, and that's it. If I'm closing the session, I go back to the backend to see what happens in the manufacturing module. That created a new, no, okay, so now apparently it's not creating a manufacturing order. So to be sure, because I don't know really well the POS. What I suggest to you, Nayas, is to send an email to odoo.com/help, and there where you will get a proper answer, which will be Well, the guys from the support will tell you if it's really possible or not to create manufacturing from the POS. Let me check again the last thing. Yeah, it seems that when you sell direct from your store, it suggests that the product has been delivered. So yeah, just send an email to odoo.com. It will be, you will get a proper answer on that. Yeah, sorry. So can you explain best way to use runbot odoo.com? A clean database be created on runbot, or do you always have to use existing databases? Other ways to use runbot for developing. You have the possibility to go on runbot. Here you can choose the enterprise version and access to it. Yeah, I've been already logged into one, so it was apparently the same. So yes, you have already existing database. So with existing data. But if you don't want to have all the modules, for example, you can select here base, the option base, which will give you an empty database where you can install your modules. But yeah, you don't have it's already pre-filled with some data. So if I had new modules, if I had new modules, I will have some data pre-configured in the database. How can we verify inventory valuation on a self-hosted Odoo Enterprise V10 at a specific date? Okay, so this is something that is done in the inventory module. Question is, how can I have the valuation of my stock on a specific date? So here I'm in the inventory module, and we can go on the reporting menu, access to the inventory valuation, and you can choose. By default is set the current date, but you can choose a specific date. Let's say, as it is a runbot, and runbot has set each day, I will keep the date of today, because otherwise I won't have any data in the past. So I apply, and I have an access directly to a list view where you can see all my products, the quantity that I have on stock, and their inventory value. I can also have a detail by location. Of course, you can add other filter on this list view. Yeah, so you can play with that. You can also use the pivot table to organize your info as you want to see them. Yeah, maybe something I can also explain you, which could be useful, is when you have, for example, I'm here on the pivot table on the stock valuation, and I have I've organized my table with some filter and so on, and I want to always keep this info like that. First thing is I can save my current search, and what is another option which is great is to add this table, the table that I've just built, in my dashboard. So when I will go back to my dashboard module here, I will have directly the view of my table, and you can have the info here. You can save several tables. For example, if I'm on the sale order, yeah, put it on the pivot, for example, and I saved this table also in my dashboard. I will find it also here. And you can't play with the info. So that's useful to have a quick view on different tables that you are looking for regularly. So yeah, it could be really useful. Yep, maybe. Okay, that was the last question. I hope that you enjoyed this live and it was useful for you. Don't hesitate, if you have some question, to go back to us with a ticket to our support. You can send that to odoo.com/help. There you access to a form and you can just fill it, explain your issue, and we will give you an answer. We will handle your request as soon as possible. If you want to have more specificities about the V11, you can check on our website for the Odoo experience. The event is free. You can access to several talks about all the change and about the new release, about V11. Sorry, and yeah, you can also talk with Odoo employees and have some quite interesting conversation about your trouble. Okay, I wish you a great day and see you for the next live session, which is next Friday. Bye.